Yeah, I think we should be alive. Let's see. Who's all out there? What up? Yeah, it's Friday morning here, Port Huron, Michigan, north of Detroit. Detroit's all abuzz because of the NFL draft being held downtown Detroit. So it's gives people something to talk about. Although I can't imagine, I don't know exactly the price, but I'm sure that it's rather expensive to get tickets to go down there and see that. But they had like, according to the news, they had something like 280,000 people down there. Wow. From all over the country, you know, because the draft is for all the NFL teams. So they were going at it. Hey, Gitchy. Mr. Tim. You working? No, today's Saturday. You're not working today. So you're available to come on the channel and not leave me here alone. So Gitchy, how you doing? Are you working? Are you overseas or are you back home? Because I know you were watching the draft and the draft goes for 3 days. Today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So lots of advertising for Detroit. So it's Friday morning, like I said, and I got up this morning at 6 o'clock, went down and did a couple of shifts. That was interesting.
Good morning, Paul.
Hey, good morning, Joe. How you doing?
Well, I got to scramble a little bit this morning.
Oh yeah, why?
I woke up to two payments that didn't go through on a credit card because I got it locked. I forgot about it. So now I got to, and one of them is my pet fee. That's no big deal. I can fix it. I just got to unlock it, but I locked it because I don't want to fool with it.
Hey, here comes Mr. Tim in the chat on the panel.
Tim, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you good.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go.
How are things down under?
Tired. It's Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night. What time is it there, Tim?
Um, 11 o'clock.
11 p.m. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand Joe. Joe was saying that his credit card was locked. He thought he didn't know it was locked. And so a couple of his payments didn't go through. I know how you feel because I got the same warning. Because you remember when my Visa debit card got hacked and I had to get a new one and new numbers and everything. And it's
Yeah.
like when you go try and chase that around, you know.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing is, I locked it myself. But
Oh,
what happened was I changed the credit card from Banfield to go to a different one. And they went to the wrong one. So now I
Oh.
gotta go pay that, which I can do today, there's no problem. And
What
then
happened?
no, that's
What
the
happened?
no, it's just
Sorry.
I just canceled what I did. I was getting too high on it, so I canceled, stopped it, and I started switching all my payments to a better card that I go
What I
to that I pay off faster.
what
And
I did.
the other card, the interest payments went up. I don't like them because they changed the interest rate. So I'm about to pay that one off and just get rid of it anyway.
What
Go
I
ahead,
did.
Tim.
I went on Amazon and I bought something for somebody in America,
Go,
but it was an
go.
American Amazon site. And because I paid that and switched it to American Amazon, they locked my bank card up.
Yeah.
So I had to call them up and show them and tell them that yes, this was my
That's a legitimate, yeah.
that it was my transaction that I made. And they're like, oh, okay. And then boom, I was at a petrol station when it happened. I couldn't pay for nothing. So I called the number while I was standing there. Within I think 2 minutes it was unlocked.
Yeah. But I had another payment that was for my year hosting for the web pages try to come out. And it said payment was declined because the card's locked. I know the card's locked. I did that. So I didn't want that one to come out automatic anyway. So I just sent them a thing and said, look, my card was locked. I didn't realize the payment was coming out. I said, but times are tough. I said, do you have any discounts for this year? Last time I did that, they gave me half off. And that was about 3 years ago I did that. So I'm gonna see if he knocks it from $100 to $50. But that's keeping my memories in a flash, AI Presnola, Mardi Gras, Photographer Extraordinaire. It's about 3 or 4 websites hosted all year. So I don't have to, it'll be next year before I have to pay it again.
Hey,
I paid it $95 anyway, but it's cheaper.
Dusty, are you back off that cruise or are you back home now? My son?
He was out cruising.
He was cruising.
He was on a cruise boat for a week.
Ah,
Him and his wife and
here comes Marky.
or
Mark White.
wife. Mark's cat.
I'm waiting for Lance. I'm waiting for Lance to get in.
Oh yeah, he's gonna sing you the praises of the Nevada too.
Right.
Even why did he buy it? Why did he even buy it if he hates it so much? That's a waste of money.
Well, you gotta if you like what you fly it. If you don't, you just forget about it.
Hi, Randy.
So, Mark, how you doing? Out having a ciggy in the backyard.
Yep.
Oh, he's still on the boat. They're still waiting to disembark. Very good.
Oh, to
Okay.
disembark the boat. Is he landed where he wants to land, or is he just a stopover?
Hopefully he's back home. They took him to Guatemala.
Hey.
He's at the prison site in Guatemala. You give him a pat down in about 10 minutes. Dusty.
Oh.
If he's my son, he should be used to it. No, I'm just kidding. That's big.
He said cruising is awesome.
I reckon it would be.
Yep.
Drove.
Lance was on. Lance did the show on Tammy's last night. It showed Tammy's. It showed Lance's unboxing or review of the Avata 2 and how he said he loved it so much.
He did.
Hey Joe, are you on your regular account in YouTube?
Who?
Well, it says it in the chat. Joe Trumbator.
I guess I am.
Or you're in your regular account.
Yeah,
Like, wait a minute. That's what.
yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah, your
Stupid
name-
ass computer.
Your name's on
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch and come back on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can't believe it did that.
That's what your name is on Facebook. So I didn't know if you wanted.
Yeah, so let me switch my account and come back in, and then I'll get it right. I might just leave. I'll leave it right now. I'll get it later.
You can make them blue or Paul.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I was like, that name looks familiar. I was like, that's not Captain Joe.
Yeah, it's me.
You pressured me in, Joe.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here he comes. Here comes Lance.
Hey, you said
Uh-oh.
how good that thing was last night.
Uh-oh.
So tell us the whole story, Lance. Do you like it or don't like it?
You need to watch the video. I just posted it up there. You know, Paul, I really like it. But can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. You know, the only thing I don't like is the small, slippery motion controller. I love flying with a motion controller.
Bigger one.
With the original. With the original. It is big enough. It wasn't slippery. It was made of a different plastic. This one's made of a slippery plastic that, in fact, if you watch my video at the 126 mark, you see it slip out of my hands when I'm setting it down. I mean, you know, that's how slippery it is. They just didn't give that any thought. Not sure why they made it smaller, because it doesn't have anything to do with the, you know, the actual flight of the drone in the air. You know, make it the same size, make it the same material. Same thing with the goggles. The goggles are made of that slippery plastic as well. So when you put it on your head, you know, like I said in my video, you know, you're pushing buttons on the side, you're changing menus, and you get it on, and you know, because yeah, there are just some things they could have improved. But I do love the Avata 2, but you know, a little clickbait there.
So wait a minute.
Even though it does crash into walls. Yeah.
It is definitely not going to be as sturdy as the Avata 1, though, for sure.
Go ahead, Tim. You had something to say?
Is it the same controller as the first one? Or are they both different?
They're different.
Different.
In other words, the hand controller that they use with the Avata, the
Yeah.
original one was bigger. This one they made smaller and slippery.
Now, can the first controller, like the hand one, can that work with the Avata 2?
No.
No.
Not yet, at least.
Unless you're using the Avata 2 with the goggles 2 or the Integra, then it will.
Why does that make a difference?
Because it's a different chipset
The
and
hand
different
controller talks
transmission.
to the goggles, right?
Yep.
You're saying the chipset's the same as the goggle.
The chipset in the Motion 2 is the same as in the Goggles 3. In the Motion 3 is the same as the Goggles 3.
Right. I just think that both controllers should work with it. Anyway.
Well,
Hey,
you know,
Frank.
DJI is one complaint I have about DJI. They always want to make things better, but they have a separation line like it's like the original smart controller. will
Yes.
only work on certain ones, and then the new one only works on certain ones. And
You know what shot me about the first smart controller, the one I had, and you still have, Paul?
yeah,
It didn't change it wouldn't update the OS
yeah.
at all. You couldn't put so many programs on it. Like if you put Lychee on it, it would lag. It would just lag all the time. I liked it, don't get me wrong, but you couldn't use any apps on it.
Well, what I like about it is the screen is brighter on that one than
That's
on the
what I
new one.
liked.
You know,
Right. That's what I liked because it was what, like a 1200? Nick?
yeah.
I liked it, don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved all my drones that I had.
East Coast says he doesn't want to come back to the real world. He likes it out on the ship.
Yeah, me
I'd stay
too.
there too.
Hell yeah, I would.
Yeah, I went out this morning, Joe, and got 2 ships at 6 o'clock in the morning, right at sunrise.
Again,
That sounds good.
I liked my
Well,
smart controller, the original smart controller, because I had all 4 drones hooked up to it. I could just go out, boom, right in the air.
Well, and I got bigger hands, and the new controller just doesn't seem to feel right in my hands. Yeah.
Smaller, yeah. And I liked it because it was nice and heavy, durable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It had that rubber back on it. I liked it.
Hey, Tim, you remember my duck, right? Remember my
Yeah.
duck?
Mhm.
Well, I got one now, so when I got it to where I could Velcro it on top of the Avata 2, right? To fly it around.
Yeah.
When I want to get ballsy, I just put this duck on it now.
Oh, fucking, you got them from Night
He's
Train.
got a set of balls.
You
Yeah,
got
got them
them.
hanging off the back.
Yeah.
I combined it together.
They came in from Mike. Yeah, that's good. He sent me pictures of them when he printed them out. That was fun.
I made 4 of them. That's enough.
Hey, Justin.
I'm not making any more. I made 4.
4. How
Gotta
many?
carry a Go
How
ahead.
many did Mike make it?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I make the ducks and I stick them in my drone case. And whenever I see somebody I know, say, "Hey, say don't ever say I didn't give you anything." Yeah.
They got them over here in Australia, but on the Chevy trucks and everything, the Dodge Rams, they got
Yeah.
them on the tow bar. They got them dangling off the tow bar.
Hey, Justin, how's Sarah doing?
She's doing all right. She went back
I
to work.
just think
She did what?
She went back to work today, so.
Oh, I thought
That's good.
that was put off for a while.
No, they told her she could go back today, so. See how she,
Get back into the swing of things. Yeah.
How's she feeling though?
medicine's making her feel a little sick.
I was gonna say something, but it wasn't funny enough. It was funny, but it's funny, but not under the circumstances. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna say she felt grave. She
Oh,
felt grave.
God.
Well, she was diagnosed with Graves' disease.
Yeah. We love her. And she knows that.
Yeah, it's nothing, it's not as morbid as the frickin' name of
That
it.
is-
sounds. It's,
What is it? I've never heard of that. Wait a minute. I have heard of Graves.
Graves, yeah.
yeah, it's just the term for overactive thyroid.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
I've
they
heard of
call. But I mean, it's not like it's nothing deadly or anything. As long as you get it checked out and get it managed.
Stay on top of it, right?
Why don't they just
Right.
take it? You can live without a thyroid.
Because they're wanting to do to see if they can get it to balance out first.
Well, they want to make sure that she gets worse before she gets better. Okay. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that about her doctor. Her
Okay.
doctor's really good.
All right.
She's
Still.
the type of doctor that doesn't like putting people on like unnecessary medications. Trust me, she's not that type of doctor.
Like that dentist that don't want to pull a tooth even though
Hey,
it's the
Jonathan, good morning.
No,
Jonathan, what's up?
Hey,
Jonathan.
What's up,
Tim,
Jonathan?
your little
Jonathan
brother's
needs to come
here.
back on the panel.
Yeah,
Your
so-
little brother's
so-
here, Tim.
Yeah, so hey, he's turning my age very shortly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his birthday is this month or next month.
Yeah, then he's gonna open that thing I gave him.
Then he's going to be my age. So for about 9 months, I can't call him little brother anymore.
Oh, please.
I downloaded that game, Justin. I haven't looked at it yet,
Okay.
but I'll check it out when I wake up in the morning.
Tim, how do you get 9 months?
Oh, that means if you can't call him little brother, it means he can't call you big sister anymore.
Oh, fuck up. Hold on. April, May, June, July, August. 3 months, 9. Sorry.
Hey, Jonathan, you can't call him big sister anymore. Just call him bitch.
You got me. You got me by 1 month, Mark. God damn it. Now I call Justin a little bitch.
East Coast Thrills wants to know if something happened to Sarah. He didn't hear the story.
Yeah, Dusty hasn't really been around much last 2 days. She got hospitalized for 3 days because she had her thyroid went ape shit on her. But she's back home now, so and she has to go see a specialist for that, and then her doctor and the specialist will talk. But no, her doctor's not that type of doctor. Like, she doesn't even like putting people on. Like, she will do whatever she can to not put somebody on pain meds. Like, and
Good.
she doesn't like putting
Good.
people on. Like, so she wouldn't even give me sleeping meds till I did the sleep study and everything. Like, she
Wow.
wanted to make sure everything was what I said it was before she gave me anything.
Dude, when I had shingles, my doctor would have gave me cocaine. She goes, I'll give you as many pain medication as you can withstand with shingles. And shingles ain't no joke, man.
Shingles. I've never had it, and I've known
Shingles
people that
doesn't
have,
care.
but it's painful, right?
Oh, well, the doctor, like, when she was telling me that, she'll give me all this medication, like the pain medication. And she goes, that used to be called the suicide thing because everybody, when they got shingles, they would commit suicide because of the pain. And I can guarantee that pain, nobody wants to go through that, man. Fuck. It wrapped around my chest, and when it connected in the back to my spine, it was like an elephant was sitting on my chest. And that was the worst pain. I've had a lot of fucking pain in my life, but
That's a senior disease thing, ain't it?
dude, I was in my 40s when I got that. Senior, you prick.
No, you do tend to get it though when you're older. Though shingles is something that
Yeah.
you're more
Well, if you got
susceptible to.
chicken pox, they said that you're prone to shingles for some reason. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
Stays in your system.
but
Yeah.
if you get chicken pox as an adult, it can be deadly.
Right.
Like, it's better to get it. That's why parents used to have what they called pox parties back in the day.
Well, I
Like, get
had
the-
chicken pox when I was like 8 years old, and they brought all the neighbors, like you said, it's a party. They brought
Yeah.
all the neighbors' kids over so they could get it. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Because once you get it, you don't get it again. That's wrong. That's fucking wrong because I got
Yeah.
it again when I was 13 years old.
They called them pox parties.
Yeah.
I think it was
But I-
just an excuse for the adults to drink.
Yeah, it was. My dad got drunk as fuck that night. But
Yeah.
no, but I've had the chicken pox. But if you remember back in the 70s, well, you wouldn't remember. Back in the 70s, they gave you the it was the last of the immunization. It was like a smiley face or whatever they put on your arm. They had 8 needles that they stick in you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was
vaccination.
Yeah, it was the last, they never do it again anymore, but that was, I still got the scar on my arm. I think everybody has that scar.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Yeah, fucking worst fucking vaccination they ever fucking had. Hey Don, how you doing, buddy? You never had the pox, John? Fuck. I had shingles. That's worse than the pox, man. Wait until you get that. And that's due to stress. That's all it's due to.
Hello, Donald.
Donald, what's up?
Hi, Don.
What's up, Jonathan? Hey, we miss
Uh,
you on the panel.
Yeah, come back on the panel. It doesn't matter what fucking people say. You know how many times I went off on panels? How many times I fucking lost my shit on panels? Come on up. Can you
and
go late?
he means that literally, Jonathan. He shit on a panel.
Oh, fuck up. Frick. Ow!
Uh,
Ow. Come on. Go lay on your chair. Lay on your chair. And went right into my leg. Ow.
Did that wake you up, Tim?
God. I got shorts on. Gee. Just sitting there like,
Well, that's the way she gets you for not paying attention to her.
I go to work and when I come home, she spends time with me. I go to sleep. She sleeps next to me. How much attention does she need?
Yeah, a lot.
as much as she wants.
Mm.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, by the way, y'all remember last week I told you my son had a traffic stop and they let go and they found out they had 5 warrants.
Uh-huh.
He went to jail last night.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they pulled him over again. And one of the other cops pulled him over. When he pulled him
Oh,
over, Justin jumped on the thing and said, "Andy, don't let him go." Yeah, I'm coming. You know,
There you
he
go.
walked up there and he said, "Yo, you messing with us or what?" Well, what he said, well, "Y'all must be messing with me," like this to him.
Oh,
And Justin says, "No, dude, you got 5 warrants and you're going to jail tonight."
was
The
that
guy
the
says, "Oh
guy?
man,
That was the guy your son was chasing that had all the warrants.
Yeah, and then you
yeah."
let off.
Yeah.
So this
And he
company
let
said,
off.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but the best part was the guy said yeah, he's been having problems, something to do with seizures, right?
Uh-huh.
And they were on the way to jail, and the guy started having a seizure in his unit.
You know, the thing
Yeah.
that's going to be is I want to know the cost of the bond that he's
I
going to
couldn't
have to
tell you.
pay. That's going to be expensive as fuck. If he got 5 warrants, how much is it per warrant? It's like
It
Dude,
depends on
if
what the
you're
warrants are.
bro, if you're a
yeah,
I don't know why these people want to do. If you want to be a criminal, go to like Chicago or something. They're just letting people out.
yeah, they are. New York too. New York.
Yeah, dude, they're going to that cashless bond bullshit where you don't even have to pay anything. You literally get arrested and then you just revolving door. As soon as you come in the jail, you just walk around in a circle and come right back out the front door.
Yep.
Mm.
It's all about the money.
Oh, politics, man.
Shit, in
Well,
Florida,
yeah, but
we're
the
ready to
politics are based on money. In other
shit.
words, like the revolving door. If they really wanted a revolving door, they wouldn't charge anything. But oh no, you got more money you can pay.
No. You don't have to pay bail anymore in those places. It's called cashless bail. You don't pay
Cash.
nothing. They just arrest you, they bring you in, and then you walk the fuck right back out. And you don't pay a dime.
That's bullshit.
And you get a court date. That's it. It's like, what's the point of even giving the cops handcuffs anymore?
How many times that I had to spend in fucking jail and I had to pay a bond just to get the fuck out? Now these cunts just walk out.
No,
That's bull-
see, In Florida, we're ready to put shoplifters on death row, so it's all good.
Shoplifting. I'm getting hell with it. Don't you pay your child support, you're fucking dead. Dude, I missed or didn't miss. I didn't work for. I had something wrong for like a week. Didn't pay my child support because I didn't get paid. I got locked up.
Oh,
Right.
dude. What is it? Fucking Arizona is super strict on fucking. Dude, they'll get you for missing one payment.
New Jersey too.
Oh,
New
dude, they're
Jersey.
real strict.
Yeah, they came to my work and fucking took me out in handcuffs. You know how low that made me feel?
Yeah, I'd have done that and all.
Hi,
Just for the
David.
crime. Think of the video. Jesus Christ getting arrested.
Nah, this was back in the 90s, man. They didn't have that shit. They didn't have
Well,
videos.
This is your advance
God.
warning. Joe, Justin,
Yeah.
Tim,
I'm listening.
Paul.
What's my advance?
Laura's coming on.
Laura's coming on.
Oh, Lord, you're in
That's
trouble
all.
now.
That's all you had to say was warning, and we already knew what you were talking about.
Okay, that means when she comes on, I'm going off.
No,
Okay.
she's not back until Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh, you still got a reprieve.
the good news is they're moving them on.
Oh, good.
What happened? I missed a lot of shit.
Her mom
you
got
know, she
sick
went-
while they were on vacation.
She went on vacation with her mother and father, right?
Mhm.
And her
What
mother,
happened?
her
As
mother
soon as she
got
got there, she
really
fell ill.
sick.
Extremely ill.
I
Sepsis, blood clot, leg, some kidney condition, and so on. Yeah.
She got sepsis.
Yeah.
Uh,
She was
You go on
very
diet.
well.
Did she go on dialysis?
She's been on all sorts. She's very lucky.
Dude, man, yeah, it's very lucky because that's like the last fucking stand right there. Dialysis.
Yeah, so
Well, at least she made it back.
yeah,
How's
they're
she
moving
doing?
her back to Basildon, but they reckon she's going to be in for quite a while in Basildon.
All right, well,
This attacks her heart and everything.
yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, goddamn.
But I want.
My piece is over.
Your piece is over. Fucking hell. And I got that game, man. I downloaded it and I started playing it. And it wouldn't even get me. It wouldn't let me go through the controls of my Xbox controller. So just
What
sitting there. Euro 2.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
We'll sit. Some time we'll sit down with you
Right.
and we'll do it with you.
Yeah,
Oh.
because
It's
other
pretty
night-
simple.
the other night, me and Rigger, when we were talking to Messenger before we started that live stream, I
Mhm.
saw that Tim popped up that he was playing it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, Rigger!" I said he doesn't realize he got to go in and program the controller. I said he's gonna get real pissed after about 10 minutes.
I fucking did. It wasn't 10 minutes. It was fucking 2 minutes. I got pissed off. I was like,
Right, Tim, did you get the truck moving?
what?
Did you get the truck moving?
I couldn't go shit. I couldn't do shit on the thing.
Right, so you actually went 2 minutes without crashing, so you're better than Justin.
I went 2 minutes without doing anything. Without moving anything. Fucking pissed me off, man. I was like, fuck, why am I gaming? I'm not a gamer. I'm not a fucking gamer.
So I watched that movie last night about the legacy of the Cray twins.
No. What's
No.
that?
Ronnie
If
and
it-
Reggie.
Yep, from the UK. Dude, that movie was good, dude. It was like almost like the British version of Goodfellas. That's exactly what it reminded me of. It was like a British version of Goodfellas.
You know what the thing is? It's all based on a true story.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. At the end, it tells you when the brothers died and everything.
Send me the
One of them died in 1995 and one died in 2000.
Yep.
Send me the name of it in Messenger and then I'll look it up.
It's the legacy.
Just
Do I have
put,
to
just put the,
Yeah.
just put the Cray twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
K-R-A-Y.
Here, I'll send you the little video.
Send it in Messenger.
Yeah. They were big in this area. Where we're living now, they were big. They were
Now,
not.
do I have to go to VPN? You get it?
No, there's
Uh,
shitloads on them. But
no, there's a movie that was made a couple years ago. Remember the YouTube clip I did of me staying up till 3 a.m. playing with the boys?
Yeah.
That was a clip from the movie.
Okay.
Well,
But put it this way, Tim. If you was in a pub, right? The pub was full,
Never again.
and some guy comes in and he buys everybody a drink. I mean,
Wow.
everybody.
He's
Right?
my best friend.
No. One person would get a different drink. So you'd either all get a bottle or you'd all get a pint of beer. But the one that had the opposite, so if everybody had a pint of beer, if one got the bottle, that person's gone.
What?
They would go in, they would buy everyone a beer, and one person would be given a different drink. And then they'd walk out. And then the hitmen come in. Bang, gone.
Oh, okay, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. If you were in a pub and you got a different drink, you're marked. You're fucked.
Okay, so a pint. All right, yeah. Well, that's a schooner.
The way the movie portrayed the brothers, they were kind of sloppy though, because they actually were working with the American mob at the time, and the American mob liked that they were making money for them, but they did say they were very sloppy. They weren't doing stuff the way the American mob liked, but they were working with them. They were making them tons of money. Because they told the American mob wanted to come over and kind of take over London, and they said, no, we don't want you to take over. And we're not working for you, but we'll do stuff for you.
Have you seen a show called Underbelly, Justin? Look it up and check it out. That's all about Australians' underbelly. And wow. I watched that fucking show. There's about 6 seasons, 5 seasons. And then it goes into Marco and all that other stuff, but it's all underbelly. Check it out on Wikipedia. It's just type in underbelly. That's what happened down south here in the 80s and 90s.
But
Jody.
What's up, Jody, Jonathan, Donald? No, the movie was really good though. It kind of, like I said, it kind of reminds you of a UK version of Goodfellas.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Check out Underbelly. You'll know what I mean. That's sort of like Goodfellas, but in 80s and 90s era. Yeah. A lot of titties.
Yeah. You see, a lot of the Grey Twins stories are centered around London. However,
Hold on.
they were more
What?
dangerous when they left London.
What's Jonathan talking about? 2030 DGI will no longer. We got 6 years. What? Did they
Yeah,
pass some bill?
It's not going to be. I don't know if he signed the deal. Did Biden sign it? I know he signed the TikTok one.
I don't
Well,
know. Did they pass some kind
Doesn't
of bill?
look like the TikTok one's going to go through.
I don't know. No, Biden signed the bill. That's what I
Doesn't
heard.
matter.
Well, that's for
Not the ban bill.
It's facing some legal challenge or something.
I don't know. I just heard he signed it.
Well,
Anyway.
TikTok said they're not going to sell it.
Well, it could face legal challenges and they could try to take it to the Supreme Court, but if the Supreme Court rules against it, nothing they can do.
It's not.
That's the only chance they got. It's the only chance they got is Supreme Court after the president.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the Supreme Court's the only one that can overturn a law if they find it unconstitutional.
Yeah, but it's not TikTok that's taken them to court, is it? It's some US citizen saying it's a breach of their rights or some shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, but he signed that bill also to send Taiwan and some other countries fucking money. Like so many $1 billion.
It was Taiwan,
Taiwan.
Israel, and Ukraine.
You still got homeless in America. You're sending other countries fucking billions of dollars to take care of your fucking homeless situation. Dumbass.
Well, The only people that aren't homeless right now are the immigrants, because they're paying for their housing and everything.
I thought that
Uh,
only
On last
affected
night.
TikTok. I didn't think it affected DJI.
Well, and the citizen doesn't have to
China.
sue.
China, isn't it? It's all
China.
China.
It's all
China-
about,
China's not gonna not sell it because they're gonna either walk away with some money or they're gonna walk away with nothing. So it's like, what's your alternative? Either sell it and make $1 billion and walk away, or don't sell it and you're gonna just be banned and you're not gonna make
You'll have to
anything.
ask the question. How much money do they make in the US? And how much do they make across the rest of the world?
I don't think they've said that.
That's the issue. Is they're
The
making
U-
more
the
money
US is
outside
their
of the US.
No,
Why would you sell?
the US is one of their biggest markets, if not the
Biggest market
biggest.
they have is the US market.
There's on average 120 million users of TikTok in the US at any given time. It's one of their biggest, if not. And TikTok doesn't even actually exist in China. You know that?
yeah, but that's where most of
Not
the
using
videos
China,
come
no.
from. That's where most of the videos come from.
What is that, Joe?
How ironic.
When this gets to your house, it says Sarah, not you.
Ooh.
Yeah, just then.
Just saying.
Just a dick pic. Don't worry about it.
He's not. She doesn't like small stuff anyway, so.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a small pic.
You seen the mold cast he did of his balls, right? They were like,
It's a get well package.
you know the little balls that he printed out. Yeah, he had to upscale those from what they were original. His
Yeah,
original.
yeah. And I thought I thought I had micro penis syndrome, but hey, what? Sorry, Joe, you beat me. Jonathan, I don't watch Pilot Institute. I haven't watched him for 2 years after something happens.
Okay, Tim, it's not about the size, it's about the performance.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Just make you happy.
This is the thing, though. I'm gonna say, Jonathan, is a lot of the big drone channels seem to be completely blind about that whole drone ban situation. They're looking at it from just a drone standpoint and not as a China thing. And when it comes to all the stuff they're trying to ban that's Chinese, that's a small part of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing that, like, okay, hypothetically, I'm going to say Ken Heron. I'll put his name out there. He was standing out there when the ruling. Remember, he was on the sidewalk petitioning with all them guys. Then all of a sudden, he makes a video this year flying near people and shit and doing all that. That's kind of what's it called?
It kind of sucks.
Irresponsible as a large creator.
What's that word called?
Hypocrite.
Yeah, hypocrite. That would be hypocrisy. Yeah. So there you go. I just don't understand, man. He was all about this fucking DJI, all this crap going on. Then all of a sudden he sits in the park flying 5 feet away from somebody.
And you know, one person that's been watching this really closely has been Dre. And I asked Dre yesterday, I said, do you think it's a matter of when they ban DJI or a matter if they ban? He said, no, it's a matter of when.
When they can fucking ban your drone right now, they can shut it the fuck off.
Oh, so like I said, if they make the, yeah, so I mean, it's like I really think it's just a matter of when. I think a lot of these people in the drone community have blinders on and they think, oh, well, since 6 of us went and talked to our senator and we told him, fuck you, we don't want this, like they're gonna just change their minds all of a sudden. They don't
Well,
give a shit.
Put it this way: when they come out with a new drone, they get all these casters, like YouTubers, to do a drone. Okay, there's about 10. They can be 10, 20, 30, whatever. YouTube. They give them the drone, let them fly it, check it out. But if it comes out early and you try to fly it at home, it comes out early, it'll be bricked until they turn the software on. How can they individually turn on 30 fucking drones for them to test it when you can't because you weren't sent it and you bought it because it came out, fucking whatever, you bought it at a store when it wasn't supposed to be. They put it on the shelves early and it's bricked. But then the people that have them testing beta site or whatever the fuck it is, they can do it. They can turn your drone on and off anytime they fucking want to.
But that's the thing is, like, I think that if they ban
Of course
DJI,
they can.
it's gonna be like TikTok. They're gonna give them so long to get out and people to get rid of stuff and all that. I think it'll be probably 6 months, a year. Dude, I'm telling you, it's gonna be an exciting time for recreational pilots.
It will
It's
be.
gonna because there's gonna be so many fucking companies that are gonna try to take that spot and
Well,
fill that
when
void.
when that
I'm telling
happens,
You're gonna
when
see a
that
lot of
hap-
cool.
when that
That's how they
happens,
disable your drone if it's stolen. The same as they
Well-
do with your phone.
when that happens, I'm gonna buy a company or I'm gonna start a company in kites.
Now, people like Dre and that are trying to make a business out of it, it
They'll
might
be
hurt them for a while.
No, they'll be allowed. They'll
No,
be
no,
unlocked. They'll be
I'm just
unlocked.
saying, if they go a full ban, they're gonna be on the same list as everybody else. It's not just gonna be recreational.
No, they're going to show a list of everybody that's making money off it. If they have a business or whatever, that'll be unlocked. They can still fly their drone to do their business.
Well, I mean, we don't know if they're gonna do that or not, but what I'm saying is,
Recreational, because they want that fucking air limit. They want that, 200
I don't know
meter.
why they want the airspace because there's that whole drone delivery shit is never gonna be viable.
What do you mean? It's still going here in Australia. Like,
I'm just saying.
prison every day.
I'm just saying it's not going to be viable for the simple fact is when you start adding in insurance costs, you start adding in, these are going to be $20,000-$30,000 drones delivering socks and underwear to people.
That bloke got 10 more fucking drones flying around. When I was at Ari's house, we watched a drone delivery to his next door neighbor. It was right in their backyard.
Look what happened in London when they trialed it the first time. People clicked that Amazon was going to have to limit the packaging on items. So suddenly you've got freaking flying dildos going across the sky.
No, she got delivered when I was at Ari's place. She got delivered Hungry Jacks because it was in a bag in a basket. And I was
Okay,
like,
you're talking about a fast food restaurant that's just playing around with that, right?
like Uber.
Yeah.
Like Uber.
I'm just saying for the range that these things have,
They don't have much.
Amazon warehouse, usually they build those out in the middle of nowhere. And it's like, dude, what the how they're only going to be able to deliver in like a 10-mile radius, if that. And that's pushing it. 10-mile radius. These things just don't have the flight time.
I think something's going to happen because somebody wants that airspace. So something's going to happen. Maybe they're putting highways in the sky or whatever. They want to get it cleared before they do. I don't know.
They've
But-
just announced that they're practically on the way to building the flying car, haven't they?
Something's going to happen. And if you remember about 5 years ago, they said, you remember when you used to go to a bank drive-through and you put that little cylinder and you put your thing in there and put it in there and goes.
That's like the one.
And they want to create underground fucking like train to do the same thing that was controlled like when you went to your bank.
Like I said, so they're gonna. It's like that little one-seater drone car that came out last year,
right?
And people are like, "Oh my God, flying cars are here!" No, it's a one-seated, over-engineered helicopter that probably costs twice as much as a regular helicopter does. It's fucking stupid.
I think it's a Danish company that has actually produced a family flying car. And
Elon Musk wants to get that underground fucking suction transportation or whatever going.
Oh,
like I said, when you used to go to a bank, when you used to go to a bank, you put a little cylinder, you twist it, put your deposits or whatever, and you close it up, you put it in a little vacuum bucket thing, and goes, and it sucks it right in, and you have the teller doing. That's what he wants to have cars doing or whatever.
Oh,
$100,000.
We
It's,
used to have that.
There's a
We used to
train.
have that in supermarkets. Every checkout had one of them
still
to
do.
send the cash.
You still do, but Richard Branson wanted to do it, and he
Oh,
wants
Brand.
to build.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he wants to go from London to Glasgow with it.
Like
Yeah.
he's done a lot with fucking Qantas. Fucking
Yeah,
brands.
but he reckoned that people will be able to travel in these little pods at 500 mile an hour. Could you imagine the damage that could do to your body?
He owns a fucking island down
It
here.
depends.
How long did that last, David? That fucking island down here for the resort. What a dickhead.
It depends on whether it's a gradual up speed. You're not going to go from
Branson
0 to 500.
Branson's Island's in the Virgin Islands, isn't
He
it?
was talking about sending you from London to Glasgow, which is like 6 hours on a train in 20 minutes.
Right, but that pod would have to get up to speed and just be like being in an airliner. But
Well,
if it went from 0 to 500, yeah, you're talking about a lot of detours.
No,
Well,
even
you're
at
thinking-
500 miles an hour, London to Glasgow is an hour.
Justin, with the suction compatibility or the airflow, that can happen. That can fucking happen.
Yeah,
It's not. It
That's
can't
the-
happen.
that's
Too
never
many
gonna be
things
a
can
thing.
go wrong with pipelines underground.
yeah. Could you imagine somebody sends one back the other way, forgetting that one's coming the other way, and they collide?
Now, no, they'll be separate fucking silver. But Justin, do you remember the bank drive-throughs that used to have that little cylinder?
Yeah, they still have them.
That's
All
what they do with.
All it needs is a sewer collapse near it, and the pipe will fracture.
It's gonna be a separate entity. What are you talking about? It's not near a fucking sewer.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. That's not feasible because not all grounds suitable for tunneling.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
Hey,
got
what have they done now? They've done a lot of fucking tunneling so far.
right,
Yeah,
but
but
the
it's all massive.
Well, put it this way, Mark. If the
How many times do you see them digging up pipelines cost us a break?
Yeah.
like in Florida, doing tunneling wouldn't be a good option because all
No,
the
it'd be all
limestone.
sand. Be all sand and limestone.
Mark, if he builds it, right, get ready with your camera because you're going to get the best YouTube short when it flies under the Pennines and the hills just disappear.
Fucking Don. Hey Don, how you doing?
What did I just do with my cup?
Superpowers are going to kick in. I want to be Flash.
Come in the kitchen to make a cup of tea and left me bleeding cup in the front room.
Well, hurry up, make me one. Come on.
Less of the crotch, please.
I still can't get that coffee maker fucking working. Fuck that.
Maybe that's why they gave it to you because it wasn't working.
I'm going to throw it away.
My cage arrived for me tello.
And Justin, you got to remember here, we're dealing with Tim, who can't get his controller to work Euro trucks and run round and round in circles when he's chasing you.
I didn't know that I had to fucking do that controller shit. I told you, I don't play games. People got me into it, and then I started fucking liking it, but I don't know how to fucking
Yeah,
game.
I think it's R1 and R2, and L1 is forward
Yeah.
and reverse, and then R1, R2, and L2
Oh, yeah.
are indicated.
Yeah, L1, B1, B2, and then D1, and then F1,
No,
and then
your top Tim, just the top buttons. You've got 4 buttons at the top. L1, I1, R2, R1, R2. Right? Just
Have you ever seen a flying controller? Have you ever seen a flying controller?
Yeah, when I used to play football.
Yeah, I want to fucking send it to you because I want to fly it right out that fucking window. Fuck. I don't game. People got me into it because the quality of it. It's fucking amazing. But I'm still in the fucking Pac-Man, Tetris, Donkey Kong, fucking like that. Fuck all this crap.
Well, maybe you ought to just start a Pong channel where you
Well,
play
you
Pong.
fucking get a controller. You think you're going to use it in a game like you can on PS5 and all that shit. But this
Or the
mother,
few-
you gotta download shit. You gotta software change the controller. You gotta fucking do this, do what the fuck?
Yeah,
Turn
some
it on.
games. Well, some games are like that because they were designed for PC, so they didn't really have the controller settings in there, and then they added them later on to be able to be
Fucking
compatible.
Crap. I haven't tested the Arma 3 yet. If I get pissed off at that, I'm throwing the controller out. Fucking piece of shit. I spent over $200 on that fucking controller and it can't control a game.
It can. You just got to learn how to use it and how to set it up.
You gotta fucking program it.
It's literally you don't have to really
Literally
program
seconds.
it.
Literally
Yeah, you-
seconds.
You just go into the settings and you click that you have a controller, and then it automatically syncs it.
It'll set it to the basics, and then you just change what you want.
Like you don't
Yeah.
literally have to go in and sit and program each button individually. or
No,
anything.
you can do, but you don't have to.
Do you know the difference between a bench tech and a computer PC builder, a bench tech and
And a gamer.
I don't do software. Fucking software.
We've
piece.
noticed.
Yeah, I told you all that 4 years ago. I don't do software. I'm a bench tech.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah.
you want to hear what you sound like when you're playing around with your drones?
Put your hand up, Serenity. You don't do software either, right? Yeah.
I bet you give her the control as she starts driving the truck.
Dude, if she drives better than me, I'll fucking kick her ass.
Listen, I made the mistake of letting Rebecca drive my fucking truck.
Looking at me like,
And she was doing better than I was. It was like, fuck that. Get off.
oh well. I haven't tried Armor 3 yet. I downloaded it. It's all there. I haven't played it yet.
Armor what?
Arma 3. It's called.
That's
Suppose I
enough.
gotta use my keyboard. I don't know.
You don't have to use your keyboard. I was using the controller in it. It's just there's some stuff that you may have to use the controller for, just little things.
Well, what kind of fun is it to play a game like that where you gotta screw around, look up and down at the keyboard and everything else? And
Yeah, what if you didn't have a keyboard and you just had a console? You fucked.
Well, if you have a console, it's made for the console.
Well, I ain't buying a console.
You don't
Yeah,
want to buy a
You
console
can
because
play
not all
Euro Truck
games
for
are.
your keyboard.
I got an emulator with over 800 games on it.
You don't want to buy a console anyway, only because half the games aren't cross-platform. So you wouldn't be able to play some of the games with us if you were playing on a console.
Cross-platform. Lesbian. Hey.
Buy a steering wheel for your computer.
Oh, no. Could you imagine trying to get the pedals to work? I am fucking Russell. Swinging them around.
Justin,
Well,
I got a message that I gotta tell you something. I just got a message. You're gay.
Huh. Who's the message from?
I can't say.
Why?
But he told me to say that Justin's gay.
it had to have been Dusty.
Had to be who?
Was it Dusty?
Dusty? No,
Matt,
I don't know who you're talking about. Somebody just wanted me to tell you, Justin, you're gay.
As you can see, Justin's very impressed with that.
Yeah.
Well, they had to go through Tim to tell me so.
Oh,
Mhm.
I think I heard you. Justin would love that. Good. And he said another thing. And you haven't filled the king spot yet.
It's
I
Matt.
don't know. I don't know what that means. Okay.
You haven't filled the king spot yet.
Matt,
He's probably mashing me. Tell me what the fucking say to
I mean,
Still
I would expect that little type of girl move from Matt. I mean,
Oh, I think he's listening. Because he's sending me a little snide remark. Still trying.
what the hell was that Lance sent me last night?
Dick pic.
He probably sent you that good review that he did on the Avada too.
No, it's something about a film or something. What the hell he's talking about though?
Dick pic. Did you see that picture I sent to you, Justin? I'm never going camping again.
Uh,
In our
You said-
group. In our group. With
hold on.
Mark. Check it out. Never going camping again, man. Fuck that.
So I got a thing just now saying that my shipment has been
Oh
suspended.
yeah.
UPS, right? And when you go
Uh-huh.
look at the UPS address, the address says J something something at muji.com, right?
yeah, they're genuine.
Yeah. So I went ahead and I just did a reply to it and said scammer with the duck sticking the bird.
Hey, Justin, should I show that? Should I screen share that?
I'm Michael.
I'll see why you could. What's up,
Yeah,
cool kid?
good. Here you go, Paul. I'm never going to go camping again, bro. These snakes are fucking unreal.
You don't like snakes, do you?
Snakes and lizards, fucking unreal.
Yeah, apparently penises as well.
Oh, that's funny.
Not like a wild penises in
Never
the
go.
wild.
Never go camping again. Sorry. What's up, cool cat? Hey, Don, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Look at your hair.
Oh,
Your hair is like all over the place.
It's all, you got bedhead. You had a good night, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just heard somebody say thank you in the background. So yeah.
well,
Better?
I heard her say thank you for the tip.
Is that better?
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's better.
Wait, here I got back scratcher. I can use it as a comb.
Well, what you could have said back to her, Don, is next time I'll give you the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Nope, I'm just sitting here waiting for the storms to move through before
Oh,
I
it's
kick on the
raining?
computer.
Oh,
I got thunderstorms moving through. So I killed the power to all my my edit computer and everything. So
But you would, that's what I do. You never know if it's going to be electrical.
He didn't pin it. Cool cat. It's all the way. Oh no, I can't even get it up. He never pinned the link. Hold on.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
See if I can go.
It's up at the top though.
Hold on. Nope,
I got it.
I can't go that far.
Yeah, I just
What?
put it in there. Cool cat.
Yeah, it's right there on the check in the thing. On the top left.
What link?
Paul never pinned the link in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't?
No, you just put it in there, but it's already too far up for some people.
I'm not co-host, so I can't kind of.
I already put it in
Okay.
there. So. Plus, you can always go
Right,
back to old
audio
live
testing.
streams.
Audio working?
Yeah. You're good.
Hey,
Testing 1, 2.
You're good.
testing.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it works.
My
Testing.
audio not working?
Oh, you sound fine.
Sound fine.
Who are you guys talking to?
Funny.
I wonder if you can't hear us, if that's the problem.
Probably.
Got the wrong audio.
Cool cat, can you hear us? Cool cat, can you hear us? Michael, can you hear us?
No, he's got his
There
speaker
we
set
go.
to. Now, can you hear us?
Let's use a different input device.
Can you hear us now? Hello. Nope, apparently not.
Hello.
Michael.
And without without audio for a little while.
Michael, can you hear us?
Are you there, Michael?
I guess not. He still hasn't
he-
picked the right speakers.
He can't, no, yeah.
Here.
What does he have? Logitech speakers or what? Somebody write it in the chat.
I have.
Yeah, we can hear you, but tell him that he's got to change the speakers. That's what I'm
Shit.
telling you. Like, tell him in the chat.
And he's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, pick the
He
right
gave up
speaker.
in He gave up in frustration.
Yeah.
He rage quit.
I remember doing that a couple times. Apex Legends. Yeah, that was a rage quit. I'll play that Arma 3 tomorrow morning when I wake up and see how it is.
I was doing some of the helicopter training yesterday, figuring out how to fly.
That's all you were doing, VR training, whatever the fuck it said on Steam.
Oh, I did some of that, but I also did the helicopter training too.
You can fly, but don't do driving course because you suck as a driver. I'm telling you.
No, I'm bad. I'm really good as a pilot.
Check if my
but
video is working.
That's what I said about GTA. I can drive, but you can't drive, but you can fly. I can't fly. I can't fly worth shit.
One game I'd like to get again eventually is Ace Combat. That was a fun game back in the day.
I'm gonna well, I'm gonna start playing Sniper Elite. Get through all levels. The Germans keep on killing me in level
Yeah, I
3.
can't hear anyone else though. That's the problem.
Pick your right speakers, bro.
Oops.
Fuck, it's 12 o'clock. That's still up. Oh, that's right. You don't work until what, 10 o'clock or something. Yeah, that must have been Justin. I can't fly. I've never been good flying in GTA. Oh man, I suck at flying planes. But the only thing I do know how to fly really good is that what's that thing that you ride, Justin? That
A dragon?
no, not a dragon. I'm good with that though. You fly on it. It's like a it's like a two-wheel drive, like a motorcycle.
Oh, you're talking about the
So
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
Hover X. Whatever.
Oh, it's the. Oh, god damn it! Now I'm having a mind blank, motherfucker. Hold on.
That's old age.
Yeah. I can't remember it either,
I don't know what to do about that.
but I'm good with that. The rockets and everything. But if you put me in an airplane, fuck that. I'm done. I tried it. Me and Justin fucking flew around for a while. I crashed.
No, it's a presser.
Yeah, the Impressive. I'm good with that. But
Yeah, well, there's really nothing to fly in that. That's pretty easy controls.
it's like
But the
driving
helicopters and jets are a whole different story.
Yep.
The helicopters are really hard to fly if you don't
And
practice.
I got all the planes. I got all the jets. I got all the helicopters. I got the big helo. I got fucking everything, but I still can't fly. They're just sitting in the hangar. Because we hacked it that one time. We bought everything in the fucking game.
I did it again in like a month ago and gave myself another $7 million.
Did you? I still got what $100 million in there, and I'm still collecting the money for my club, my fucking everything else.
All they've added to the game in the past like 6 months is one jet, and I bought it.
Which one was that?
It's it's supposed to be a variation of the F-35.
Oh yeah, I gotta check it out. I'll see if gotta fucking buy it. I got everything. I got the bunker. I got the fucking. How many warehouses do I have?
Dude, I got so many cars. I haven't even drove half of them.
Yeah, me neither. What's that little fucking thing that looks like a British Motors?
Yeah, I got the one for Christmas. It
Yeah,
looks like a big ass.
Wild. I think it's funny as fuck. And how many cars did we win off the spin? I won about 5 cars off the spin. So
I've won
TJ,
so many cars. I've won a bunch of cars off that thing.
but you got the hack still. I can't. The hack I got don't work. So
Yeah, you have to re-download it about every 6 months because then they plug the holes in it and you got to upgrade it.
yeah, they patch it.
I don't understand the fun in hacking a game. Why have the game if you're not going to play it?
Just get
No,
the money.
I play it, but if you don't have a mod menu, then other modders
Kill you.
fuck with you while you're trying to actually play the game legit.
So you.
what I use the mod menu for
God
is
mode.
I put myself into.
What you use mod menu for is buying every vehicle in the game.
No, we put it in God mode so we don't get killed.
Yeah,
That's
I
what-
put protections on so other modders can't screw with me.
Right.
Because the problem is me and Tim will actually play the game legit, but when you're trying to
Yeah,
actually play legit, the other modders, they like to screw with you. And if you
Yeah.
don't have some kind of protection over yourself, they keep doing it. It's just because Rockstar's horrible at fucking maintaining.
No, then I wouldn't play that game.
I just went into God mode so I can actually play a fucking heist. Because when you go live, you got other hackers fucking.
I mean, Unreal Tournament had that issue back years ago, and
Oh, it's crap.
Me and Tim we usually will go into a private server if we want to mess around, then we don't have to use the mod menu.
Now we
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, like if me and Tim and Rigger or Sean are playing, we'll go into a private server and then we don't have to mess with mod menus and all that. We don't have to worry about nobody coming in.
We had Sean in there. We had April in there. We had Corey. We had who else? Me, Justin.
Rigger's been in there a couple times with us.
Yeah, we had a good couple of nights. It's been like 2 years ago, man. Like when Rigger came in, Corey came in, Sean, April. I did a couple offlines. stories with April. I did a couple heists with her.
If Rockstar would just use the anti-cheat software that every other game uses, they wouldn't have that fucking problem.
Right.
Is that the new anti-cheat software that like Fortnite and a lot of the other games use? It's really hard. Like it catches damn near everything.
Dude,
So you don't get a lot of modders screwing around in those games because they know they can't.
so many fucking times I went into that game, I got sent into a cage, I turned into a puppy, fuck it. And then I met that one guy, and then me and you did a voice chat with him. And we got the mod. So we got that program. He's pretty cool, but he's fucking young. Very young kids.
Modding's not nothing that's like anybody can fucking mod. It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
They're not all these kids that run around acting like they're hackers because they're modding. All they're doing is downloading a mod menu that somebody else made. Ugh.
Hey, Dre. TJ's in the house too.
Hey, David,
Dre.
Laura's coming home Sunday?
Yeah.
Awesome. What's up, Dre? PJ.
So her dad's bringing her back, then, right?
Yeah. I think they're following the ambulance.
Oh, okay, so they're gonna trail the ambulance because she's going to another care facility, right?
Yeah, she's coming back this way to Basildon.
We need to get Dre on here. He needs to tell us about this thing Jonathan was talking about. Because I looked at Pilot Institute and he talked about a new drone bill. And it's by the same Stefanik or whatever her name is. She's putting it out that in the year 2030, it's going to be higher tariffs and everything on the imported drones and stuff like this. And if she's changing the bill or putting another bill into me, that's going to put higher tariffs on it later. That means she knows that this one that she's got in now is not going to work.
Well, I think Dre said that they were switching it to exclude first responders, but I don't know if that like adds recreational or not to it.
Yeah, but if that excludes first responders, that means there's still going to be Chinese drones here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What the bill she's proposing is making a special classification for first responders,
Yeah.
but the bill basically what it is providing special grants and everything else for these first responders to buy American-made drones. The time limit is for whatever drones they do buy have to be solely American-made by year 2030 something. I think
Right.
it's 36, something like that, where it has no Chinese parts at all, period. So
Well,
That's
Dre,
the whole-
the question I have is, okay, I've got the original Inspire 1 here. It was built 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
right.
That'll still fly, right? Because it doesn't have all that other mechanical shit in it.
Nothing that's being proposed affects the consumer level. This is all for federal agencies and law enforcement, first responders. Okay. This is all about it's still about money. It's all about who gets the money to procure it, which is basically the funding. But right now with the current bill, which is basically not going to go anywhere. So now she's throwing another one up against the wall and see if it sticks to say, okay, now we'll get the support of the first responders if we tell them we'll give them money so they can buy these American-made drones. Because the first, like in Florida just said you just can't use them, period. And then turned around and had to give all this money to all the local agencies to replace them.
It's all right saying that they're going to give them money to buy American-made drones. Has she actually looked to see how many American-made drones there are?
No, this is somebody filling their heads with this anti-Chinese rhetoric, and this is what it's all about.
Yep.
This is all about a political thing, trying to make it into something more than what it is. There's no, like I said,
Right.
there's no
So-
real information that we have been brought for that says that these drugs, like I talked to the guys at the Texas Department of Public Safety. They say they buy whatever drone they buy, no matter where it comes from, they get drone sense they put that on the software. So it cannot transmit anything outside of the system they have built for it. They can't transmit to China, to anybody else at all, period. So like I said, there's always been drone sense has been there for probably the last 10 years.
So if they
put on
want
a
to stop
system.
everything, if they want to stop everything from China, are they going to get back the iPhones, stop running trains?
Like I said, Tim, this is all about a political stance on
It's
trying
money.
to influence
Okay.
people because the rhetoric has already been the hamster wheel is already spinning at full speed. And
Right,
no
it's
one is
money.
no one is stopping to read the traffic signs.
Right.
You know, they're just running at full
As
speed.
As they never do.
Right. So this is another attempt for her to try to get something through because of that. Like I told folks, I knew the current bill was not going to pass, but because of the anti-Chinese sentiment that we have, like I say, you look at this TikTok thing and how they slid it through. You know,
Yeah,
you're sitting
pretty
on
quick.
Biden's desk. It's going to get signed. It's going to get signed within the next couple of days here.
I heard he signed it already.
Yeah.
I heard he signed it already. Yep.
Yeah, like I say, that's the concern that I have because of how they've always done this for what probably a better part of a century. They slide stuff in under other bills that are more important and that people will not take the time to dissect a bill and say, oh, I'm not going to vote for this because I don't want to get that taken out or I am going to support this or
Well,
whatever the case is.
If you
The real
watch,
tragedy here is American people will probably die due to these stupid decisions being made.
I got a
You know,
question.
because-
They're saying they
Uh,
doing it in China because of security risks, right? And all this
Oh, yeah,
information.
I mean-
No, hold on,
It's
hold
a
on.
tit for tat.
Hold on. Facebook's been doing that for 5 years. Why didn't they ban Facebook?
Well, this, like I say, this is a tit for tat. China has already been modifying Facebook, other type of apps that are out there on phones. Their internet is restricted to basically it's an intranet. It's only for China itself. They cannot get any outside information on their internet in China.
Yeah.
So that's what they're saying, that you're not allowing a free market for us to dwell in China. So we want to create that limited market here in America that we don't want none of your products or whatever to be able to filtrate throughout our society.
Yeah.
So I say
Well,
it's a tit for tat thing. But like I say, if you look at the history, our history particularly, this is what we created. And now
Yeah.
the monster is full grown, and it now wants to walk amongst the rest of us. And now we try and say, oh no, you got to get back in your cage. That's not not how it happens. That's not how a free market continues to grow and flourish.
And wait until AI grows. We're fucked.
We all know what
I mean,
you got to
like you
do with
said,
a
everything
rabbit
from-
dog.
From
Put it
cell
down.
phones, TVs, you name it, anything pretty much electronic has Chinese manufacturing for as labor or parts, anything else that is there. It's got their name on it. It's got their
Right.
hands all in it. So, like I said, now that the monster's full grown, you want to try to tell it can't play.
Bullshit. It's gonna play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah, and
late.
there's no controlling it anyway.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
already-
So
control
are
at
they
this
gonna
point.
ground all the aircraft that have got Chinese parts in them so that there won't be any Boeing or all the rest of them anymore?
Well, that's the
You
whole
won't be
thing,
able to
Mark.
go anywhere.
That's the whole
It's
thing, Mark.
everything.
This is I say drones are low hanging fruit because one thing, even amongst our own drone community, we're fractured. You know, you have an FPV side, you have the GPS camera drone on one side, and then you have the RC planes and helicopters in another group. And like until we all come together as a group, we do not have enough of a voice to make other words, create a lobby.
And even if we did come together, we're a very small group anyway.
Yeah,
Even
we're a
if we
small
were
group,
united.
and and that small group is fractured. Like I said, that's my whole podcast going to be Sunday is about we're going to destroy this hobby ourselves, because we can't come together on common ground.
We started
Everybody's
that
trying to
30 years
advocate for
ago.
their own little section, and I say the legislators and the and whoever else is in control said, why am I going to listen to even a subsection? Now I'll use Don's famous words as a genre of a group to advocate for them because you don't like the current regs or regulations. All right. And I said, there's a lot of things that are going on in each group. Now, I'll say this, the GPS camera drone group, which most of us here belong into, we don't have any type of real organized advocacy group that we all join into.
FPV.
Just about every RC plane flyer here in America is in the AMA.
How many people said that they weren't going to ever fly? They weren't ever going to fly FPV 5 years ago, and now they're all FPV. So right. There you go.
And that's what I'm saying. And this is what people are going to have to come to understand. A lot of us are starting to be and have our hands in both camps: FPV, camera drones, and some of us are in all three. Some of us are in all three camps. And I say a lot of this all stems from certain issues that could have been worked out. Just like, when people say there's FRIAs by where I live at, but they don't allow drones, regular quadcopter drones, to fly. And no one goes down to the brass knuckles of it to say, why do you guys don't want us to fly? And I say a lot of times it comes down to interference of signals. Now, if that's the reason, okay, that's understandable. So what you do then is, okay, on certain days, let the quadcopters fly. In other days, let the RC planes. Because like with FPV, if you step on people's signals, people start crashing.
That sounds like, I think that sounds like something that's good in, that's not good in practice. In theory, it's a great idea maybe, but trying to get people to fly on different days is not viable.
What happens, Michael, is that people don't want to dig down to the details and espouse that's the real issue. All they know is we don't like quadcopters. We don't like FPVs. We don't like.
That's the same thing with Lightbridge. Lightbridge used to kill GPS drones.
Right.
Like when I put my Phantom 4 V2 up, and I was near Ari and Matt. Ari, Mavic 2 fucking lost signal right away when I took my Phantom 4 V2 up.
Right.
Lightbridge killed.
That's a great link. That is great link.
But that's
is it still going?
FRIAs might be all right for those that fly FPV and fly the same kind of thing all the time and don't go any distance.
CBs will
the GPS.
Yeah, but I think
will not want to fly in the same place every time.
CBs will kill FPV. All you got to do is dead key. You'll drop that bird right out of the ground. Right off.
What you're going at, Mark? That there's the next issue. People who fly FPV like to do the close. I would say the shooting the gaps. The building diving, things of that nature. Guess what? You go to a FRIA. They want clear skies. They don't want no obstructions. They don't want no buildings. They don't want nothing. They want open field, open sky, all this kind of stuff. So now you got two different type of flying going on.
That's it.
That FPV guys will get quickly bored because there's nothing to really excite them or thrill them in the type of flying they do.
They're very similar to skateboarders. I find that the skateboarding community and the FPV kind of freestyling community are very similar in the way that they go about things.
Yeah.
I think the fixed wing community, though, from some of the videos I've seen of people that have fixed wing YouTube channels, their biggest complaint, the reason they seem to not like drones is because they feel like they hadn't had all these regulations for years, and now all of a sudden they're getting looped into it.
Maybe.
And I think it's created
a lot of fixed wing pilots have drones anyway. I started fixed wing and I got a drone. There were lots of people like me, and they just got into drones to some degree and FPV and got goggles and whatnot.
I don't know, because there's a lot of AMA fields over here There's some that allow drones, and there's a lot of them, dude. They hate drones,
Well, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
and it's
and
because
that's what I'm
I,
saying, Justin, is that there is a lot of them, people who go to these fields do not have any information on why they have a bias against camera drones or even FPV quad drones. Okay, because we're all under the same umbrella of the FAA. Like I say, the AMA has been an advocate for over 80, 90 years
Everything.
for the fixed wing community.
For everything.
Like I say, that's why I thought when I got a drones, I thought I would be, sent paperwork to say, hey, join the AMA, blah, blah, blah. Cause that's all I heard growing up was about the AMA, and anybody who flew model aircraft. It wasn't about model airplane. It was model aircraft. You join up the AMA.
The rockets, everything that we used to do. Yeah, it was at an AMA field. Yeah.
So now you have on the FPV side, you have companies that are filing, who have filed lawsuits, who are continuing to file cases with the FAA, because now their standpoint is they want to be exempt from the rules and regulations. They said we don't fly that high, we don't do, but we all see the videos of the things taking place. So that's a wishful thought. But once again, everybody's want to fight their own little battles. Okay. The fixed wing, like I say, they're working within the regs that are there. And right now the AMA has already put out a template for people who want to get FRIAs. They got it out there, and now the FAA is sending out FRIA approvals left and right.
Yeah, they got round to it.
So, like I said, our problem in the regular quadcopter community, we don't have an advocacy group that we all are flocking to. There's only about one that I've dug up that's doing anything, but it's so small, most people never have heard of it and everything else. So once again, you got everybody trying to do their own little thing, but we're all classified under the same umbrella. And we wonder why we don't have no one paying attention to us, because we're all trying to get our own little piece done.
We got a lot of signs over here that says no drones, no drones.
Yeah.
But if you remember about a year ago, I went for that job for flying the beaches.
Mm-hmm.
And I missed it by one spot. And the guy that he had a Mavic 2 Pro, and I have a Mavic 2 Zoom, and I had a Phantom 4 V2. And I said, I would like to use this one. And they're like, that's a good drone. He picked a guy with a Mavic 2 Pro before me.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
I can say to you, and like most people, I don't think it comes down to equipment when people are looking for drone pilots, unless it's something specific that they need a certain drone for.
I think it was
yeah, I mean, it may be qualifications. The guy had this, or his portfolio may have been a little better than yours.
No, they didn't even take my portfolio. They just wanted drones. They wanted 5 drones to protect the nuclear. And
like I said, did they list the drones they wanted?
No, that's the thing. That's the thing, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, he picked the Mavic 2 Pro. I have a Mavic 2 Zoom at the time, and a 4 V2.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the Zoom would have been great for that beach control. That would have been great.
Right.
But not.
That just goes to show me they didn't know what they wanted, and they just picked somebody who they felt maybe comfortable with or whatever. Because like I say, most time when I deal with construction projects, or I do a third party broker, they'll tell me what the list of drones that are acceptable for that project.
Right, they will.
They'll list the drones. They say, okay, these are the drones that work, and they'll even get. If you ask a question, say, "Cause this is compatible with the software that we want to see used, and the client uses." And that's mostly the background of it. Is about compatibility of what the software that is being used.
I mean, it could have been the fact Tim showed up to the job site with a beer and was like, "I'm your Huckleberry."
Hey, Dre, I got a question for you.
I didn't want to make it personal, Justin.
Well,
I got a question for you, Dre. Here's the FAA question with drones. So, flying over people, you can't fly over people.
30 meters.
John, they put out a flight this morning at the cemetery. So what about flying over dead people?
Oh my God, come on, really?
Those aren't people, those are bodies.
He flew through the mausoleum, then he's flying over all the graves.
Joe, come to the UK. You've got zero separation with a sub 250-gram drone. You can fly within inches of people.
Same here. Same here. Yep.
And I tell you what, the other day when I came off the river and I flew right past my head and I was going down the road, I flew within inches of a truck coming my way. But you know what? The pilot was in control. Pilot was in control, had full control of that drone, and nobody was hurt.
Did you have somebody with you? Did you have somebody with you?
That's usually a phrase you don't correlate with Joe, but
I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not used to answer that on incrimination. You know.
Yeah, Dan's in the chat. We're gonna make
I'm talking about the AMA and FRIAs. FRIAs are a restricted size, aren't they?
No, they're not a certain size they have to be. As far as they have to be a certain size, or they're limited to a certain size. It just there's certain things far as it must. Far as what I've been told, I've not read it for myself. There has to be some kind of free of any type of hazardous structures and things of that nature. That's why I say open fields. Is one of the key points.
What about all these remote controlled jets?
Same thing.
Scale models of passenger airliners
Same
that
thing.
have a 20-foot wingspan.
Uh-huh.
well, that's what I'm saying is those guys.
If you
They do whatever they want to do.
you hit the throttle and they've gone from one end of a FRIA to the other in about half a second.
They're on a field, though. They're on an AMA field.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's
There's
why
no restriction on the size of a FRIA, but like I said, that comes down to pilot decision making. Say, okay, I have a aircraft that does this, so is this the appropriate place for me to fly?
Do they have to register their drones and everything like we do?
Yes.
you mean they're
Yes.
fixed wing.
Anything that flies, the aircraft has to be registered.
They're on the same, and they were on that before drones. That's why I kind of tell somebody a couple weeks ago that, people, because we were not a part of that community, I think it was a decision back in the early 70s that required all RC planes to have tail numbers. And that's why that's why I tell people about us putting numbers on our drones. That is not a new regulation. It's been around even for RC fixed wings since the early 70s.
No, I really do.
Good idea. It's a great idea.
I really do think though a lot of it comes from these guys haven't really been highlighted for years. They kind of been flying and nobody paid attention to them.
Right.
And drones kind of opened up that. Yeah, the drones kind of opened up that to where now people are talking about it in malls and
it started out. It started out when we started setting off rockets. Remember the rockets? You used to have to. It was fine to set them off and everything like that.
It started with the drones, really.
Yeah, well, and then after that, I think the bike registrations
No
came
doubt
in.
some model pilots feel that drones brought it on top, as it were, as Justin's trying to suggest.
Yeah, because
true for some people.
Like I said,
Everybody flies remote controlled planes and helicopters in specific areas. Drone people will go and fly drones everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's there is a variation in what drone pilots, specifically FPV pilots, would do and fly.
So it makes them more noticeable.
But back in the day, we didn't have the things that we did today. We had fucking balsa wood fucking airplanes. We had, rockets that we set off. We had rubber band fucking planes that you put a rubber band to a thing you bring it up and fly it. We didn't have a lot of shit like they do today. Everything.
Yeah, but because they were always kind of limited themselves to fields, I don't think the public really ever gave a shit because it wasn't bothering them. If people all of a sudden were flying fixed wings back in the 70s over people's houses and shit, they probably would have got pissed. It probably would have been the same thing.
the technology wasn't even there. It was still in the government's hands. They didn't let that loose until the 80s. I don't know.
I mean, it was just ability, technological ability, not, it wasn't held by the government.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if fixed wing guys back in the 70s and 80s when they were flying these things, like I said, they always limited themselves to a field. Usually it wasn't around a huge population. So the average citizen didn't give a shit. Where now people are bitching because they see a drone fly over their house.
And you're on the right track with that, Justin. My older brother, who tried to get me into RC flying back in the 80s when he was in it. And that's why I learned about the AMA. And like you said, these guys will go to old airfields that were no longer in use, and that's where one of the areas they go to, or they went somewhere else, away from the general public, and they conduct their flights. Just like when hang gliding first came out, the requirements for hang gliding, you needed going to kind of mountainous area and be able to jump off the edge of some mountain and go from there. So they're away from the general public. So people may see it in the distance, but it did not interfere or have the potential to interfere at a high risk level with the general public. And the same thing with the RC planes. They stayed away from the general public. And I say, because line of sight is always important, almost a requirement, even with the RC planes, even back in the days, that, okay, we got to keep an eye on this, because they didn't have controllers that had screens, didn't have no goggles, nothing like that. So line of sight was always paramount. To keep control of your aircraft. So they didn't fly far away because they had to maintain control.
Right.
It's not until we get, like I say, down the road with the technology as leapfrogged it to where somebody, like I say, somebody can go down to Best Buy or wherever else, Walmart and any other place, and buy a drone off the shelf, and that sucker will fly 2 or 3 miles down the road and you can't see nothing.
And they're doing loops over neighborhoods and all kinds of shit. Yeah.
And I can tell you right the bet, because I do fly large missions autonomously, and usually after about 1,600 feet, you can't see the drone.
Yeah, so sufficient qualifications for a transmission link would be out of sight. And that's what we used to say. We used to say out of sight range. And that's
What's up, Al?
That's all a transmitter had to do. Because of the out of sight.
Well, autonomous mission is the only time you can actually legally fly beyond visual line of sight.
But yeah, I think that's the main reason why they don't like drone pilots, because it kind of brought their world into the limelight, where they were kind of always in the dark corner and nobody bothered them, and they didn't bother anybody else.
Let's go back to the 80s.
Yeah, I remember when me and my friends were doing model rockets, and we got accused of starting a fire like 3 miles away, and I had to prove in front of the entire class that it couldn't have been our. Wait, no, that was Jake Gyllenhaal in October Sky.
The sheriff wanted to put you in jail there, Don.
We did rockets.
Turned out it was some sort of a flare, a signal flare.
Yeah.
I did rockets in the 80s. It was awesome.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie. I thought he was gonna get a little bit of the teacher though, but she died.
Yeah.
No, but I love Laura Dern.
Yeah, I see. She was kind of putting it out there for a minute there, I thought, but maybe
Laura
teachers were
Dern's
different back then.
She's not a conventionally attractive woman, but I've always just had a crush on her.
Yeah. But Justin's 100% right that these guys stayed, kind of hidden from the general public, went to these obscured locations, and like I say, out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I said, now you have people flying drones out of their backyards, and neighbors are getting ticked off, and everything else. No, like I say, I've yet to run into anybody who seriously had a problem with me doing, because like I said, I do work.
Me neither.
And even my neighbors where I live at, if I fly a drone from my house, it's usually for testing purposes, because I've got new software update or I put new piece of equipment on and I'm just testing it out. My neighbors don't say a word, because it's not like I'm doing it every day. It's like once in a blue moon, I'll throw a drone up, and that's about it.
I did gutter inspections. I did gutter inspections for my next 3 neighbors, and they're like 2 paddocks away. But I did gutter. All I asked them was where the guidelines for their antenna was,
Mhm.
and then I would fly above it and see how it is and how I could go down. I used the Mavic 2 Zoom to do that, and
Right.
they would give me a case of beer every inspection. Give me a case of beer, I would drive it.
Yeah.
That was good.
So like
I've
I said, I
never
mean,
been-
a lot of
I've
things that
never
have
been
happened
to
is because of
once.
our own behavior to speak of.
You're also forgetting one slight little issue.
Okay, here we go.
The war in Ukraine has shown how dangerous a drone can be used.
What?
Right?
Well,
Because
that's
there's a
that's
lot of
within the
military
last
drones are being
year or so, David. I mean, we know this ongoing issue has been going on for the last 10 years now.
Mm.
And so
we're
it's
talking
2024. Drones, regular
I think anyone,
quadcopters,
Yeah,
anyone
but
with a
the-
three-figure
the whole-
IQ.
around 2014,
Yeah, but
2015.
what we're talking about is AMA sentiment, and that's been since 2014, 2013 when drones first.
Right.
They've hated drones ever since
Right.
then. We're just talking about
It
in
doesn't
more
help
information.
that they call our drones, because people
It
refer,
doesn't help.
when they hear drones, they think of military drones attacking
Exactly.
various places. Why
Mhm.
the hell did they have to call them drones in The Hobbit?
Well, it is what it is.
Well, I say the technical term that applies is
Quadcopter.
small s, capital U, capital A, capital S. Small unmanned aerial system.
Your system.
That is what that is a technical term, and that classifies everything from RC planes, FPV, everything that does not have a human being in a cockpit.
That even
Ah.
includes paper planes, though, when you
That
look
includes
at that.
paper
Daryl.
planes, whatever else. If it doesn't have a human being at the controls, it is a UAS.
Daryl,
Like I
I
say,
just-
that you got different levels. Military ones are above 55 pounds. They're a whole different classification.
That's a reefer.
And like
That's
I said, I saw a couple of those this week in San Diego that are right there at the 55-pound level that used right below it. That thing is
Wow.
that thing could probably have a payload. If you load it in, it'll probably exceed 55 pounds. You put something destructive on it.
Yeah,
And
fucked up.
I watched that too. That was good. That video you
Yeah.
made with Patrick.
So yeah, there's a lot of things out there that it would make a lot of folks real nervous, especially that one that look like a stealth bomber, and there's another one out there that look like just like a reaper, and I'm like, holy smokes.
What's that movie that the kid said he was a gamer, and then I think the army or whatever and enlisted him and everything to become a drone pilot. He didn't know that what he all had to do, you know what I mean? And then it's based on a true story. This bloke, he must have killed over 200 people, and
Oh
he just
yeah, and then he got like he got crazy by the end of the movie because fucked with
yeah,
him.
he got mentally like fucked
Yeah.
up about it. He was just a gamer. That's all he was a gamer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a couple of good movies out there that have drones in it. Well, it depends on what size, small drones, big drones, but there's one with Helen Mirren in it, and I know Don's seen it. They talk about a drone strike at a country in Africa, and the drones is an American-made drone. The pilot's in Las Vegas, and it's about a possible terrorist cell in some African country, and they're calling everybody up and down the chain of command in Europe, trying to figure out who has the authority to authorize this strike and stuff. And they kept, delaying the strike because there's a little girl selling bread outside the corner of the house that they want to blow up and everything else. And they sent a small little drone the size of almost a fly to verify the people in the house and all this kind of stuff. And eventually they cut loose on a couple of hellfires just to kill 2 people.
Wow. Fuck it. Oh.
Yeah.
It was good at showing the structure.
I want one of those
what
little
goes on.
drones, the little small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like tonight after I get off of here, I'm gonna rewatch War Games with Matthew. Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they remake that movie?
Nope.
They made a sequel.
Yeah, they did a sequel.
They did a
That was
sequel.
horrible. Yeah, it is horrible, horrible, horrible.
Oh,
And I won't watch it. I
it
never.
wasn't even Netflix worthy, Don.
I
It's
never
bad.
heard they
She
made
wants
it.
to play a game.
And I probably won't watch it. I like the original. Oh, it's like 87, 88, whatever.
One
I
thing
thought
I enjoyed from
I
that
thought you were
film.
talking about Ender's Game. That's
Oh, Andrews, that was a good one.
yeah,
Yep.
Ender's Game is a good one.
Very good one.
Yeah.
The radio controlled pterodactyl. Do you remember that radio controlled pterodactyl in War Games?
Yeah.
Professor Vulcan had it, didn't he? We're flying it around. That was cool.
Oh, that movie was so awesome. It was like predated to everything that was going to happen today. It's fucking awesome.
Hey, Dre, yesterday I was
Sure.
being you.
Huh?
I was being you yesterday on my
I
flight.
never knew it, John. Never knew it, John.
I went over to by the airport. Remember, I had to do that little flight by the airport.
Right.
They checked everything was clear, the geozone and everything.
Mhm.
Had 150 limit. Got up there and I'm doing all my stuff and coming down the street about 5 minutes later was one of the Jefferson Parish deputies driving
Mhm.
down the road. I had my little vest on that said FAA pilot, with my little badge hanging in my little clear pocket
Yeah.
and all this. And he pulled up alongside of him and he said, "What you doing?" I said, "Flying a drone." He pulled over, came out there, watched it for a while. When I landed, they looked at it and everything was cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Chris.
he said, "That is really cool. I like that."
Yeah.
And he says, "How can you fly it so close to the airport like that?" I said, "FAA authorization."
There you go.
I had it sitting right there in the car and showed it to him.
That's
He
it.
goes, "Oh, that's cool." He said,
Joe's like,
so you're licensed?" I said, "Yeah, I'm licensed."
Yeah.
And he wasn't there to question me. He just
Mhm.
stopped, you know.
Yeah.
And then he stayed there with me for a little while and he said, "That's pretty cool."
Yeah. I can tell people all the time, is a lot of times, no matter what situation, flying drones, walking on the street, whatever, when you encounter a law enforcement officer, their actions, I would say 90% of the time is based off your actions, their reaction. I said, you come off a little edgy, a little defensive or aggressive, guess what? Now you don't hit the E button, which I used to call it the favorite rides at Disneyland. We always had the E ticket and stuff. And I said, problem is, he's the only one get to shut it off. You don't. So when I see these videos of guys talking about, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have to show you my identification." I said, wrong answer. Wrong answer.
well,
Right.
see that.
Now, if I'd have dropped the remote and started running, it would have been different.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, Dre. Is
All
when
you've got to do is show him you know what you're on about.
That's the
You
thing,
gotta
Dre.
act like you own the place sometimes.
Yeah, when you fly over prisons dropping drugs, you act like you're supposed to be there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's the best thing.
Well, like I said, like Joe, if you had your FAA's clearance sheet right there, and much they can say, "Hey, FAA said I can do it."
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had everything.
All you need to do is learn a little bit. And you don't need a drone to drop drugs into a prison yard. You just need a slingshot and a little and the understanding of what a parabola is.
Yeah.
I would have said catapult.
Yeah. A trebuchet. Get you a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
Or you could be
got,
the woman that signed up to be a criminal sheriff that works the jail. And because she had relatives in there and she started sneaking stuff in there and got caught about 3 weeks into it. Now she's in the jail.
Yep.
Yep.
Hanging out with the rest of the family.
Oh yeah, there was a.
if you get
There-
Family
caught
affair.
dropping drugs into a jail, you say you're doing the state a favor. The drugs are laced with poison.
Yeah, that wouldn't work either.
Yeah, there was a.
Like I said, I haven't ran into a supposed to be Karen in 6 years. I've been flying. Never ran into one.
I never ran into one neither when I was flying. I had a few people come up to me, but they were more interested in the drone.
Yeah, like I say, a lot of times it's based upon how you present yourself to people, whatever. I haven't seen these folks that I hear about come out screaming and yelling, talking about this and that. And if I do run somebody getting a little excited, I say, please call the police. I encourage you to.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been approached by anybody. Well, once. That's all. One teenage kid when I was flying me Mini 3 Pro in Morecambe. I heard Hey, look, Mum, there's a drone. And then
I gotta go.
it turns out he got a Mini too. So he
See,
just went,
Yeah.
I had somebody tag me in a Facebook page, and then I didn't get already involved. I showed him in the messenger, and he goes, give me the Facebook post, and I sent it to him, and then he just went off with all the regulations.
Yeah.
Because the thing was, I was flying my drone around my house here, and I went over the mountain, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to shoot it down next time we see it,"
Mhm.
and just
Can't
went
even say it.
all the regulations to him, and it said you cannot shoot that drone down. It's a federal. Oh man, he went off on her
Yeah.
on this post on Facebook, and she came back with nothing.
No, because they don't have nothing. Because they don't.
No.
Their response is only based on emotion, not
Right.
a bit of fact. And
Yeah.
that's why you tell people.
I wasn't flying. Like, I even sent her the video that I captured on the SD card. I said, "You show me where I even flew near your house. I was
Right.
flying over the paddock, and I was taking pictures of the horses and the cows."
Right.
And then she sent me like a week later. She goes, "I'm really sorry about this, but can I keep this video and then post it on Facebook?" I said, "Yeah, if you don't damn me. If you don't damn me about it, yeah, you can post whatever you want about it. That's a good video." And she goes, "Okay, yeah, you captured a good video of my horses." I was like, "Why did you start all this?" I said, "My drone was higher than you could ever even hear it." She goes, "No, I went on the veranda and I saw it." And I was like, "How the hell did you see it?" I was like,
Well, she had to.
Well, I don't know how
She had to have seen it in order to make the post. So.
Oh yeah, but God damn, she used that video in a Facebook post, and I even commented, "Thank you."
As a matter of fact, I think Daryl actually had one of his drones shot down in, was it North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
I think maybe. Yeah, I remember. As he said, the local law enforcement really didn't do anything about it. I think that was Daryl.
They won't. It's federal. Federal.
Yeah.
But yeah, she didn't do anything about it. Didn't damn me about it. Put the video on her Facebook, tagged me in it, and I was like, "Well, that's really nice." And then everything just stayed clear. But I think it was Ari's help that fucking Ashley did it, because he put every regulation in CASA on her page.
Well, the thing is, too, is these people get this thing in their head, like you want to sit there and spy on them. Like,
oh yeah, they think that you're like right next to their window. Yeah. Whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like you know, like when a woman describes, you know, there was a 20-foot snake outside my house and it almost got me, and you go look at the snake and it's like 6 inches long.
Yeah. Well, that's what all women have been told. Like 3 inches or 6 inches, 6 inches or 10. Yeah, they've been told that.
Yeah, if you lie to women about length, then you know that's what happens.
Yeah. Dude, I delivered many a beer with that Phantom 4V2 to my neighbor. I had that drop basket thing on the Phantom 4. Yeah, I did. During COVID, it worked. Toilet paper, yeah, it was good.
Hey, Daryl's here.
Yeah, North Carolina. I have the video. Yeah, he said. Yeah, I remember him telling us about that. His drone got shot down, and apparently, his company pretty much took it out of his hands. Said they'd deal with it, but I think nothing ever came of it, from what he said. I don't know if the FAA ever got even notified about it or what.
He should have took it federal, because that makes other people.
Well, I mean, Daryl really can't do nothing. I mean, his company pretty much took the reins on it.
Yeah, I know, but
because
well, the thing of it is, here's the gray area that I see in Daryl's situation. And Dre, maybe you can clarify your opinion on it. He's flying for a company that has the drone. They own the drone. They registered the drone, and he has an incident like that. As the pilot, you're required to report it, not as the owner, right?
Well, yeah, you're the operator, so yeah, at the time, you know, you being the remote pilot and command, you have to report it. It's an
Report it.
incident.
Yep.
Okay, now
You
far
can't
as
wait and
far
say,
as
well, my company will take care of it, right?
right, far as legal action, the company's the property owner. Okay, there's like a regular pilot, he has to report an incident, but it'd be the airline who files whatever legal action they want to file. They own the company.
Right.
The same thing.
Well, I don't know. The company may file the insurance claim for it, but surely the FAA have to file the charges.
Well, the thing is
not the FAA is not a law enforcement body. They're only a civil action body. So I'm saying it would get turned over to the FAA. Like I say, the FAA has never stepped in to assist anybody in a lawsuit.
Well, actually, come to think of it, if they shoot an aircraft down, then it becomes the FBI case, doesn't it?
The FBI gets involved.
Well, it'll be turned over to the DOJ department. No, give it to the FBI because now you're talking about a federal offense.
Yeah,
the FAA is almost like, for the most part, they're a rules making body. They don't even do. Like I said, they have the NTSB.
Yeah, they're a regulator rather than
all that kind of stuff. But,
well, the NTSB would do the investigation of why it crashed, but then anything like actual breaking of laws, that would go, like you said, to the FBI. It'd be a co-investigation.
Well, anytime there's a crash or anything involving an aircraft, no matter what caused it, you'll have people there from the National Transportation, the FAA, you'll have FBI, you'll have states and regular investigators. They'll all be huddled in on that, right?
What would they do if you tried to shoot at an airplane? What would they do? It's the same as shooting at a drone. So it's a federal offense.
You'll be in jail for terrorist attack.
It's a federal violation, but
why don't they do that?
US Code 32.
You got to get it to the right department.
Yep.
Well, and if you reported it to the sheriff's department, that technically they should have sent their report off.
Should have went up on it. That's federal offense.
Technically, yes, but not mandated at this point.
It's not mandated.
Okay.
No,
that's bullshit.
That's why, like Paul said, you need to call the FBI and inform them. And the FBI will say, then you tell the FBI, so and so from whatever Hickey Farms Sheriff Department came out and took a report, and the FBI would contact them and whoever the deputy was and say, okay, what did you do so far? Give us a copy of the report. We'll take it over from here.
That's so bullshit. If it was like pointed at a plane, it would be like right on it.
Well, and I want that one channel on air disasters on YouTube where you can watch all the free episodes of air disasters. It's always the NTSB will come in, they'll do their investigation. If they find that it was something criminal, then they'll bring the FBI in, and then the FBI will do the criminal side of the investigation. And then the NTSB will make their recommendations on how to try to prevent whatever caused the crash. That's what I take from it when I watch those episodes. And that's the way it seems like it always plays out that way.
And Daryl, that was all about the money. That's why they shut it down. Because it would have cost them money to go back or go into court and get it all taken care of.
Well, that'll be the civil side of it, but the criminal side, the FBI. That's why Daryl said that. Once the company lawyer stepped in and shut everything down, there may be other matters that may arose. Like I tell a lot of people, man, sometimes you deal with companies and they have you out there in some very precarious situations, and that's why I'm, like I say, when that's your main source of income, you have to tread a certain way. Like work for any company, there's only certain things you can say, do, or whatever without putting yourself in jeopardy as far as your own employment. And that's to say, me being independent, that I don't work for a company directly, I work for myself. If I get somebody that says, hey, we need you to do this, and I say, hey, that's not good. You need to alter this or make some other decision, because this flight puts me in direct violation of FAA regulations. And if something does occur, I'm the one that hangs out to dry. You're not going to come to my aid. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened in Daryl's case, but sometimes your company can put you in precarious situations. And when that moment happens, then they say, okay, to cover our butts from legality and stuff, we'll just sweep on the rug and keep on pushing.
Yeah, I
one of
wouldn't
the
be
things
surprised.
yesterday, one of the things yesterday when I started the drone, before I even took off, I had a message come across the screen saying that you realize you are in Class B airspace in correlation to New Orleans International Airport. It came on.
Right.
And it said, do you understand you need blank approval like this and that you take full responsibility of this flight? It said that on my screen.
Should have done the
And I
Whistleblowers
looked at it, I
Act,
said,
Daryl.
agree. And then it let me take off.
You
Well,
should have used the Whistleblowers Act and then sued the shit out of the
Daryl
company.
should have got his own attorney.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the first time I've
that's
ever seen
crazy that they threatened him with termination. That's
That's
fucked up.
That is
Yeah.
fucked.
Because
And
what
this
I
is-
have a feeling is they probably went to the guy that shot it, and they probably said, "You pay us for the drone, and we're just going to drop this." I'd almost bet that's probably what was done.
Oh, that
They
might
did
have been.
something. They did something behind the scenes under the table.
Right.
Well, it
Right.
could have been. It could have been. I don't know who the guy who shot down, but you know, a lot of time companies do certain type of work where they're preparing to purchase property, whatever the case may be. They might have had Daryl out there doing something on the very edge of illegality.
Legality.
And that's the thing is Daryl's never going to know what happened. Because
Right.
once it got taken out of his hands, unless it went to a court case and he had to be called in for a witness, he would never know what happened with it.
But
Right.
most,
Just like he said, when he showed his flight was perfect, but apparently something went awry in the planning of that flight from before Daryl even got his drone up. Something was
That's the
awry
thing.
before he even got his drone up in the air.
that's the thing though,
Yeah.
but most companies want to save face. So they'll just shut shit down so they don't lose face. That's what
Right.
most companies do.
Right.
Yeah, old Bubba said, hey, Andy May, that's a big chicken hawk. I'm gonna shoot it down.
Well, the thing of it is, Dre, is if his job was threatened by his own company because he did everything right according to the FAA and regulations, don't you think he should have lawyered up? He
I
might
mean,
have, he might have ended up owning that friggin'
Don't
company.
you think they have lawyers for that company? They should have plenty of lawyers for that company.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, the lawyer shut him down.
Yeah,
The thing of it
lawyers-
is, he should,
yeah, the
he should
company
get
had
his
lawyers.
own lawyer.
Yeah,
I
and,
think
that's
if-
why I said, Paul, you know, when you work for a company, that's a decision you have to make for yourself. That, you know, do I have fallback finances to weather this storm? And you gotta make that call for yourself and say, okay, I don't have that, or I do have it. Is it worth it for me and my family to go through this? And what could be the potential outcome? The outcome could be about, okay, it goes to court. If he wins, and then all he gets is he gets his lawyer fees paid, and
Right.
he's still out of a job.
Right.
So
Well, I think if they would have went farther with it, then Daryl, should have gone a lawyer. But it seems like that if he backed off, they backed off type thing. And I
They
think
did go far enough. They
he-
sent him home. They pulled all of his gear
right?
home. They did.
Yeah, I feel you.
what I said, what Daryl's saying down the chat, I didn't have the finances to fight, plus take care of my family. That's
Yeah,
a
right.
personal decision
Right.
everybody has to
Right.
make for themselves.
Right.
That
Exactly.
always fighting, even though you have everything that's technically right on your side, doesn't mean it may be the best route to go.
For money.
Hello,
That's it.
Sarah. I hope you're feeling better, my dear.
Well, we only expect Sarah only gonna feel so much better because she's still married to Justin.
Here we go. Here
Damn. Oh, damn. Smack. Oh, yeah. That's fucked, though.
Yeah.
That is really fucked.
And that's why I tell folks, I mean, you know, there are certain things, I mean, it's easy for us to sit here and say, yeah, okay, lawyer up and all this kind of stuff. Lawyers are not, it ain't like the guy you see on TV. You don't pay us nothing until we win your case. Those guys don't take cases like this.
No,
Hey,
not
Sarah,
unless they
this
know.
is yours.
Dunk case.
Unless
This
they
is
know they're
yours, Sarah. Don't let Justin open it.
Sarah says she feels like shit, but she had to go to work today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
Hey, Hey, what about me, you prick?
Yeah, Joe, you ass.
Damn.
Dre and I understand.
Oh, all right. Oh, the Marines got to stick together. All right. Okay.
All right. Simple Fidelis.
Yeah,
Hey, if Dre and I in the same room when all the crap happens, we get back to back.
I was gonna tell Daryl that update to the Mavic 3E is no big deal. I think it suffers because I know a lot of people don't use terrain awareness like you and I do. So when they added that little screen that for you to look out and see the sensors on the edges and in the rear and all that kind of stuff, you lose that little screen needs to come up when you flow terrain awareness that show you where the actual AGL is of the drone
Right.
compared to what you're at. You know, so I thought that was more important for the work that you and I would do, especially if you're using terrain awareness, compared to me be able to look at the sensors at 180-degree resolution because you don't see crap. It looks like you're looking through a thermal camera.
He's just asking for your advice because he has the same drone as you got.
Yeah. I just bought another Mavic 3E and stuff. So I came to my senses. I was chasing everybody down to maybe buy a used Avata, and I was looking at a Inspire 2, and I said, you know what? Let's just be smart here and buy what you're supposed to be buying. So I ended up calling Zach from Drone Zone and got me another Mavic 3E. This came in yesterday.
Damn.
I answered you in the chat there.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. No. Oh man.
So
I remember
I got a pretty good deal on it, Tim. It's it cost me about $3,600. And he sent it to me with the RTK module in it, and it gave me an extra battery.
Nice. I remember when you got the big Maverick 3, the big
the Mavic 3M, and I got the M32.
M. Yeah.
So,
that was
like I
awesome.
said, I was always, like I say, running business, I always got to make sure I have a backup and stuff.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So I'm retiring my Phantom 4 RTK. I'm gonna put that in retirement, and then I'll
Are
have the
you?
2 Mavic 3Es.
No way. I like the Phantom 4.
I like it too. I really do like it, but this is all about time saving when I'm out in the field because the base station has to have a different setup for the Phantom 4 RTK compared to the Mavic 3 series and stuff.
Yeah,
so
it would.
I'm able to keep the same settings no matter what.
It would be a similar case and everything. I saw Ori and holy crap, that's the Phantom 4 RTK was like.
Yeah, it's just a different steps in setting it up time wise. You're out in the field. This way, I'm in and out quicker. Plus, the efficiency of the Mavic 3E series, like I say, would take me maybe a battery and a half or whatever is one battery for that for the other drone.
Yeah.
So
to do what you need to do.
It's about just being more efficient and everything else. I mean, I got a decent amount of steady work each month from this developer. He's a home developer, so I have about 8 projects I deal with him, and I fly at least 4 to 5 of those projects a month.
Nice.
So
that's going to be all tax write off anyway. So you're all good on that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
Dre, does the capabilities of that allow you to use both of the M3Es at the same time?
Good question. Never thought of that scenario. I mean, you can always throw up many drones. I don't know if the base station supports multiple drones.
Multiple, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't know if the base station itself will handle multiple drones. I don't know that.
I never heard that they did. I watched videos on. Never saw that.
Yeah. So.
I watched a lot of videos on that, and I thought they were just to that drone.
Well, Mark, I can tell you for sure, Mark, you got a 50-50 chance it may or may not do that.
Yeah.
Does that help you out?
Yeah, that helps you out. I love that drone. The last drone that Dre got, man, that was a beast.
Look at him, he's looking it up now.
No, I'm not even looking it up. It's just something like I say, technically we can't fly, more than one drone at a time. So
You can if
I would have to share it with somebody else.
Oh,
to see if
Daryl
we can get the
says
RTK
yes, it
signal off of
does.
it.
you can if
There-
it's auto.
Daryl says yes, it does allegedly.
Most, it would be different headsets?
I was
No,
just
no,
about
not
to say
doing
the same
headsets.
thing, Daryl.
The base station itself, it's like having GPS on steroids.
Okay,
You're getting a lot more satellites pulled in, and also if the drone has the time sync in it, which the Mavic 3E series doesn't have it, but the M30T has it, the M300 has it, and I'm pretty sure the M350 has it. And time sync is really where it really maximizes the use of a base station. Everything is really coordinated to get that 1 centimeter accuracy out there. The biggest thing I get out of using a Mavic 3E is it just allows it to have more satellites, and it holds the drone in a more stable position when it's flying.
okay. You get better mapping.
Time sync, everything else. That's kind of like that higher level math that I didn't go to that class and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's makes the things really nice. That's why I kind of envy Daryl on that point, that he does get the opportunity to fly some of these very high end systems, but I don't envy him being on the road the way he is.
Oh man, it's home 1 month a year. Wow.
Yeah.
2 months a year, I think it was. If you were a single, yeah, I can understand that, but
Oh yeah, if you were a single, that'd be a cool job because you're getting to see all over the country and
Yeah.
right.
and
I mean,
travel. a little
I
bit.
equate what he does as like a truck driver. He's on the road. He's like a truck driver. He's
Yeah.
on the road, and he
Yeah.
he makes his runs.
Well,
Yeah.
think about it. If you're single, man, you
Single
wouldn't
with a
really
job like that, I'd be living
Yep.
out of an.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. If you're single, man, you don't need to be you wouldn't need to have a house and all that, dude. You could be saving up so much money just traveling around.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
paying for your hotels and all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
times
you
you get a per diem package.
Yeah,
Covers
you
your
just
meals and lodging.
put a little trailer, base a trailer somewhere.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
only problem that you would have is how many kids you have.
Oh, I'm saying if you're single.
That's what I'm saying. You're single. How many kids you're going to produce during the Oh, sorry.
I don't know, Daryl. Is it common for you to pick up chicks at hotels?
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna get Daryl in
Tim.
trouble.
Oh,
Daryl is married,
Hey,
has a family and kids. Y'all gonna get him in trouble.
right.
Hey,
That's
Tim.
what
Tim, not everybody's a fornicator.
hey, come on. I'm saying if you're single, you're on the road all the time. How many kids are you going to have in the next 10 years?
Well, I'm just saying, is it common? Is he like beating the women off at the hotel doors? I mean,
Oh my God. Oh, you never know. We don't know what Daryl looks like.
It all depends the hotel.
what are you talking about? He's been on Paul's. Yeah, we know what he looks like. He's been on Paul's panel a bunch of times.
My day shift is your night shift. I'm sorry. I don't get to see all this.
I'm not saying you're doing anything, Daryl. I was just curious on Tim's take from it.
No, I was
Are they
just
just are they lining up at the hotel door because you got drones, or what's going on?
don't make me in a precarious
It's like I don't use a prop less than 10
in
inches.
a curious
You said,
situation.
you said he's teaching him how to use the motion control or what?
No, Daryl's
Oh
Daryl-
God. See?
no, Daryl tells the women I don't use a prop less than 10 inches.
See, it's not Daryl though, it's his other brother, Daryl. Oh.
Made this 10-inch screw. Never mind.
Well, some of these panels are just dangerous to be on, I tell you.
That's right. Yep. Far out.
Well, I'm looking forward to Daryl's move to California. So now I have somebody who does the same thing I do pretty much, and we can maybe go out and assist each other at times.
He's moving to California. He's moving to Cali. Wow. Well, there
He
you
said
go.
he's doing an interview. But he said he's not. Did he actually get the job, or
I don't
was
know.
he just? I think he said he was interviewing or something for it.
Right.
But he
And
said he's
that's what I
not
was telling
sure.
people about. There are some decent jobs. I mean, I know I talked to the mapping company at the expo that's right by my area in
God,
Reynolds,
Daryl.
Esri, and they were advertising looking for it's almost like an engineer / pilot type person they're looking for, but the starting pay started around 90,000 to go above 100,000.
Daryl just said, I wear my 107 on a lanyard and they flock like they're migrating south straight to my room. Jesus.
Oh crap! I got baseball tonight. Forgot about that. Shoot.
Bit like Joe's press badge, really.
I gotta renew my passport. The emails I've been getting, I can get a lot of money going back home for my industry alone.
Yeah, account specialists, training vendors on the dock, etc. Huh. He said, I'm thinking about it. First interview went great. Oh, he's got to do one of those where you got to do like 3 interviews where you get decided whether you want to get the job.
Yeah, that's normal.
I hate multi-level interviews.
Now these
Those are crazy.
they sent me an email and I sent them all my documents, so all my
They did.
cert.
They do that
And
for management at Walmart too.
Yeah, I sent them all my certifications. They're like, okay, we can offer you this. I'm like, wow.
I had to do 3 interviews when I became a store manager. I had to interview with the assistant and then the co-manager and then the store manager.
Yeah, but I never thought I would get a 6-digit fucking saying that they're going to offer me 6 digits. I'm like, whoa. Never.
What, 1,099 cents?
Yeah. But I showed them all my certifications and showed them what level I'm in construction, and yeah.
Yeah. Tim, I saw you froze for a second there, Tim.
No, I said it's not who you know, it's all the qualifications that you have and all the schooling that you've had. I've done
I
this.
said that gets your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Definitely
Get you in the door, but then sometimes you got to know somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's most, but over here it's all word of mouth. Over here it's word of mouth. And that's
if you tell them you can put a drone up and have an advance warning of traffic coming.
And if you got a really high-end printer, you can print all the certifications you want.
No, but I'm at the highest tier that I can go. There is no higher I can go. I took all the classes. There's no higher I can go. Well, in the construction.
Well, I mean, you can go higher just within the company itself. You gotta climb the management ladder when you get to that point. That's when you start climbing management.
I've been there. I've been in the management role, but I was saying like certification wise, I'm at the highest tier that I can be. There's no higher I can.
What sucks is the higher you go, the less openings there are.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think management roles is just a lot of stress and everything, man. 2 years of doing that. Fuck.
Oh, so it's a whole different company, Daryl?
Oh, damn.
Support and complaints. Oh, you're gonna be on the phone, like doing like
boy. Here we
almost
go.
like telemarketing, but tech support type thing.
They have them.
He's gonna be going from driving all over the country, seeing the countryside, to being in a cubicle.
He probably can do that from home, right?
I don't know. Probably depends on whether the company does that.
Probably. Oh, he said, yeah, DJI. Yeah, do it from home, bro. I'll be like another Sam.
Yeah, but it's like Donald said before, you know, it sounds glorious working from home for some people. Some people can do it, but then other people drive themselves nuts doing that. Like Donald would actually, during COVID, his office was shut down. They could still go there if they wanted to. Donald was the only one actually going to the office every day and working in the office. He'd be in there by himself all day long.
Well, that's
He only
because his
worked
wife
from home.
hates him.
What's that,
Yes.
Greg?
There are too many distractions.
I was just saying that's because his wife hates him. He had to get out of the house.
I couldn't do it, man. During COVID, I was out every day. I was at every site. I was still a supervisor at that time. But like my workers told me, they're like, they said the best way for us to contract this COVID was from you. And I looked at it and I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, you're talking to all the clients, you're shaking hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, that's true, bro. You're true. You're right.
That's why I tell people when you're like my wife's a teacher, and I said she has more fear of her students during COVID at the time if they went in class. They were online, but because you never know who, what, or where these students are coming from or where they've been.
Right.
And that's always the issue going in situations like that, I should say.
It's funny because they made me get them 2 shots and everything. I never got the boosters. But now, whenever I write up a docket, it's on phone, and they got to sign your phone. And I always put no signature required. And they said the reason, I say COVID. I said my company made me take COVID shots. You're not touching my phone. I said I'll send a screenshot of it. And they're like, all right, thank you. Everybody I talked to, they agree with me.
I felt bad for him too, Cool Cat and Donald's employers. Because like I said, he was the only one in the office that fucking knew how to fly a drone too and was licensed to do that.
Yeah.
You think they would have, that would have gave him a little bit of an edge up, but
Yeah. He was all licensed. Yeah.
And like I said, he was the only one going into the office every day and actually working in the office.
During COVID.
Yeah. So I know why Daryl asked me yesterday about houses in Cerritos. That's where the main DJI headquarters or warehouses at in Southern California is in Cerritos.
Oh shit.
He said he'd be traveling about half the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he won't be like on the road driving. He'll be flying. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, I told you high school baseball could be boring. Last night they played Neville in the first game, 1-0. So that's going to be it. That's the game I got tonight. So if they win tonight, they go to the next round. So I'll get them on the winning night. I always go on the second day just in case it's an ending day. And I'm hoping it's not a 1-0 game. That means them will be stuck there.
Tim left.
Well, I guess
The signal drop.
it's a bit boring as far as scoring's going, but it might be quite exciting as far as getting people out is.
Well, some of I get what I usually focus on. I got to get the pitchers, the starting pitchers, to get really good shots of them letting the ball go. I try to get it as they let the ball go and the ball in the air.
Yeah.
And then if there's any play at the plate, you got to get that. Any play at second base, you got to get that. And if somebody gets on first, you got to, the first couple of shots, you got to get them getting thrown out at first. You got to make sure you got the ball in it. You got to make sure right before he catches the ball's in it and the play is before he gets to the bag. That could be the game shot in the first thing. But if he's on base and he's taking the lead, you try to get the pick off, especially as soon as he throws off. As soon as he releases, you go 1,001, hit the thing. And usually you can catch the ball right before it's going in the glove. Like that, or you can catch it. I'll do 3 fast shots. I won't use a spurt. I'll go click, click, click like that with my finger, because usually the second shot or the third shot will be as he's making the tag. And I got a pick off last year like that with on the third shot, the ball's in. You can see the ball in the glove as he's tagging the guy. So you want to get those. home
Yeah.
runs, if somebody hits a home run, it's different than softball. Softball, the whole team runs out there for him. He comes out and it's usually the next batter sitting there, and you catch him when they do the little high five or something like this as he's
Right.
crossing the plate. So, but the good news, what I like about shooting Mandeville, it's under an overhang. So if it's a sunny day or something, it's gonna be night, so it's not gonna be an issue. You got something blocking the sun, and then I sit on the side where right behind me are all the moms, and they sit back there in their little chairs and they're talking to me the whole time. So, and some of the moms are the freshman moms and the sophomore moms are pretty nice looking, you know. So I get some benefits in the deal because they look forward to when I walk out there. They see me come out there. Everybody comes up to me, "Hey Joe," gives me a hug. You know, I get a bunch of hugs too.
Oh, the sheriff's office just busted somebody affiliated with the drug cartel trying to sell $3.5 million in fentanyl.
Wow.
Arrested 4 people. Ooh, a lot of money.
A lot of fentanyl.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, a lot of fentanyl.
All right, I'm gonna tap out here, folks.
Okay.
I will see you later on
Yeah,
today,
we've
if
been
not,
on, we've
maybe
been on for a
Saturday.
while. We could probably call it.
Yeah.
Justin's probably got things to do. Mark, you take care. Dre, hey, thanks for being here. And Joe,
Not a problem.
good luck. Good luck with your shoot today.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Yeah.
I'll be here later because it's not till 6:30, so I'm
Okay,
not
so
leaving till
you'll
like
join us
5:30.
at 5. Okay. All right,
Yeah,
everybody.
I won't leave here till about 5:30. So I got about an hour.
See you later.
Thank you.
Michael, you take care.
Okay.